Hello and welcome to a breezy Scarborough, Ontario. Lamoureux Park is where we're coming to you live here. Ontario Premier League 2 action between Masters Football Academy and Windsor City FC. My name is Marty Thompson. I'll be calling the game for you today. Again, we mentioned the wind. It will certainly be a factor at the start of this game, blowing essentially right towards the camera as you see it, as we see the teams walking out onto the field here at Lamoureux. A little early in the season, but these two teams are certainly in the running to get promoted to the top flight here in the OPL. Windsor on quite the run. Masters also on a decent season. We'll get to that in a second. See Masters lining up here in the pink and white on the left, and Windsor City FC be wearing all red from head to toe. As we get set here for the national anthem. Again, the breeze certainly playing a factor. As you can see, it's just picked up just as we hit live here. I'll be doing my best to try to keep the mic out of the wind as best as we can. Pause here for the national anthem. Might not be able to hear it exactly. And now that's completed. We are now underway here at Lamoureux. As mentioned, both these teams at the top of the division here in OPL 2. Windsor sitting in second spot in that crucial sort of second promotion spot, heading into the promotion playoff against the team from the top flight at the end of the season. Coming to this with a 5-1-3 record, good enough for 18 points. 6-3 win on the midweek against FC London, their Southwestern Ontario rival. Meantime, Masters on 14 points, 4-2-2. They won at midweek as well, 2-1 over Guelph. They stay alive in the OPL Cup. With that one, got our starting lineups in here, starting for Windsor FC. In goal, number 31, Denny Kuvas. Paolo Davia, Henrik Jurkovic, Matteo Nepsi. Looks like Ottavio Liberti will be making up the back four. Jefferson Bokasali in midfield. Winner Winats. Like as well, we'll be playing in the midfield, and then we have quite an attacking core, which we'll get to in a second. Kieran O'Connor, Songmafalo Koulibaly, Ivan Yakupov, and Mustafa Kamate rounding out the 11 there. Masters, the home team here. In goal, Tim Van Gelderen. Got DeAndre Branch at fullback. Xander Race, another defender. Terrell Spencer, leader of this squad. He's missed only 8 minutes of action all year. He'll be lining up somewhere in the back. Marlon Ray in the midfield as well. Daniel Avila and Jay Avila as well. Caleb Komet gets the start too as a forward. Young Sung Ju as well, another forward there, lining up for the home team here in Scarborough. So Windsor gets set here to take the goal to our left. As mentioned, the wind will be a factor. You probably don't have a flag in your vision right now, but again, it's more just coming towards us. It's not necessarily a north-south. It's going to be a bit more of an east-west, kind of coming in from the opposing benches that you see across from us. We'll certainly take a bite out of the heat we've seen here in Toronto this weekend. Really all eyes on Windsor in this division so far, especially away from home. They're outscoring their opponents 11-1 away from St. Clair College there in Essex County. All more impressive considering they've got quite a long ways to go. Farthest travel in the division by quite a margin. Of course, Sudbury would have something to say in the top flight. Meantime, Masters really rounding a corner here. Another nice core group of these young players out of the academy playing quite well. And we are underway here at Lamoureux. Windsor City FC again in the red, attacking from left to right. And we have Masters going from right to left. They're wearing the pink, and Windsor wearing their traditional red strip. Action right away here. Through ball will just go out of play as we get set. Big key to the game here, we'll be seeing Windsor's attack between Koulibaly and O'Connor. They're number 1 and number 2 in the Golden Boot race in this division so far. Kieran O'Connor won one of the 3 Player of the Week nominations for the entire OPL men, so congratulations to him. Koulibaly, not to be outdone, scored a hat trick at midweek in London, against London, I should say. There's Young Ju keeping the ball down. And he will take the ball out of play, though, just in front of the Masters bench. Good ball movement here, trying to move it up the wing. It's close there, you see O'Connor jockeying for possession. Ball intercepted here. Shurkovic, nice turn. The ball underneath here. Great little move here from Winat. And it'll be easily collected here by Van Gelderen. Playing it right up, just getting a bit of a break there in the breeze. Great chase here from Shrimpton to get on the ball. Back to Ju. The ball back here to Robertson, playing right back here for Masters. It's going to trickle through. Nice little track there by Yakubov. And smart to get that right out of danger here. Spencer, the captain. Little inbound here, back to a center back here in Branch. There's Jefferson. Bocasali, a big part of this team in Windsor, playing the 6 here. Nearly latched onto that ball as well. Oh, smart passing here. Komet nearly got through it. Plaudits for the teammate. As I mentioned there, Bocasali, originally an attacker with this Windsor team. Been pushed back into playing a 6 role. See, he comes to the ball and grabs it here. Great spot for him. Coach Gabe Polino telling me yesterday that You know, the solidity he brings to the midfield really allows this attack to shine through Koulibaly and O'Connor. It's kind of floating around there. Got the freedom to move around, and know they've got an attacker in and of himself, knowing exactly what they need to push the ball forward and score goals, which they have done constantly over this season so far. There's a long ball in here for Koulibaly. Offside flag stays down. Dispossessed. Windsor looking keen on the ball here so far at Lamoureux as the wind picks up again. Goes into Jew here, trying to move it around, but Windsor pounces on it again. See him stretching out a little bit more here. Yakupov moving up into that right wing role. Goes down hard on that long ball. Really nice run there by Spencer. Bit of an Iron Man on this team. We'll get to him in a second. This ball is going to fall out of play. Wind maybe getting a little bit of hold of that. It's not quite coming exactly across the field as I mentioned earlier. It's kind of coming a little bit more of an angle, right to left. Going to see a couple balls get caught up there. Especially a little bounce off the turf. It floats up a little bit, maybe picks up a little bit extra gas, so to speak. Be really careful if you're playing a ball up in the air. Good ball movement there. Almost got it to Komet there along this left-hand side, but they move the chains. Spencer keeping an eye. He's going for Shrimpton. Alvarado back into Shrimpton. The number 9. Oh, lovely little bit of work there to kick that ball back out towards the top of the box. Here's Liberty along the left side. Masters certainly is a tough team to break down historically here in this league. This season's no different. They've conceded just 9 goals across their matches so far. That's second best in the flight. Gave up the fewest goals in their division last year as well. Lovely bit of skill here. Pushing the ball out wide. Got bodies forward here, Windsor do. Liberty unfortunate there not to chip that ball in. He had his teammate Jefferson Bocaslai in there as well. There's Masters with this defense that's quite solid, and again these players have played together for a long time. They know each other really well. Coming up against a difficult Windsor team. Nearly went all the way back there to Van Gelden, but cleared out into touch. Oh, nice take there, trying to flip the ball back into Koulibaly. Connor and Koulibaly really just moving around a lot in the attack. They're kind of a front two. They've got the freedom to move around, that's for sure. For the game, Masters coach Ivan Galazara said that, you know, look, we just have to play our game and we're not going to change too much about how we defend. We just need to focus on the transition. We can play direct or through the back. Got to see what Windsor gives them. Ooh, that was quite close. Fabio Davia gets up in the play. Long-time Windsor fullback. Long ball kind of holds up in the air, and no nonsense there from Bocascali. And ball's into the middle. Daniel Avila hands it off to Marlon Ray. Petros Falsilos. There's no foul on that one. Koulibaly chases, but Jay Avila flips that back to the keeper. And they keep it in here. Komet, ooh, maybe they didn't. Assistant referee indicates as much. Fabio Davia to Bocascali. One ball flipped into Koulibaly. Nice take, putting Avila under some pressure. Nepsy playing it short and playing it through a line. While he comes for the ball. And an attempt into the wind. That was a smart bit of play there, a shrug of the shoulders from Robertson, the veteran. St. Kitts and Nevis capped right back. A shrug to the bench, but I liked it, gotta say, especially into the breeze. It fooled the Windsor defense. It fooled Kuvas. Our first corner of the match. We're 11 minutes into this one here at Lamoureux. Ball's whipped in, and it fell just, and you can see at the back of the 6-yard box. It's a good delivery. That was Danny Avila with the service there. Oh, nice play there to Jew. Ooh, lovely touch. Finds Shrimpton. Robertson tackling. Can't shake Koulibaly off the ball, though. Oh, nice touch there from this Windsor team. Kamate flips it up. Davia on the overlap. He gets by one, will not get by the second. Good pressure here from Windsor. Davia. Kamate tried to step around Shrimpton there. Djokovic taken down. A bit of a breakdown here from Windsor. Can Masters capitalize? Marlon Ray receives. There's Shrimpton. There's Marlon Ray fires. A nice save there from Kuvas. Into the 15th minute of action now. Still 0-0 at Lamoureux. Windsor City FC and Masters Football Academy. Marty Thompson with the call here. On a breezy day, apologies if the wind keeps coming into the microphone. I am genuinely trying my best to turn my head away against it, but easier said than done. I'd love to turn away from the play and just fully shield it, but that'd be no fun, right? Wouldn't be a good commentary experience, I'd imagine, for you all at home. Van Gelderen chips it out here to Robertson. Got some room to roam. Bosicali sends it long. It's close. Nice take here from Kamate. It's got options either side. They're just electing to keep it. Got a big part of this Windsor City identity is fluidity in attack, breaking lines. Nice ball in. Again, from talking to Gabe Polino before the match, big emphasis for this team in preseason was finding that belief. Windsor historically not the best team in this league, whether that be League One, previous to OPL, but now in the OPL 2. Just the belief to take chances and take risks and attack, and also go to a place like, you know, in this case, all the way back to Toronto, all the way down to Scarborough. They have to travel a lot for these games, and just having the belief to take some risks and attack. A lot of emphasis too on tactics and finding ways to break lines, especially in that final third. You see they certainly have no trouble doing that. So O'Connor with the attempted service, deflected and out of play. So Windsor will get their first corner of the match. The 18th minute here at Lamoureux. Oh, nice attempt there by Nepsy. A couple big center backs on this Windsor team. Nepsy's one of them. Bosicali moving the ball up. Oh, tricky stuff. Flicks it in. Bit of a dangerous spot. Winat claiming he was fouled there. Koulibaly trying to send him through. Sung Young Ju keeping possession, and the referee had seen enough. Paulo Davia called in the foul. Terrell Spencer resets. Reigning OPL All-Star. The service goes well past the goal line. As mentioned, Windsor in second place right now in OPL 2. Looking to qualify for their first playoff match, if you want to call a promotion playoff, I guess I suppose it is, in their League 1/OPL history. Going all the way back to 2014, one of the first clubs in this division. Whitby's atop of the league right now and adding a bit of space there. It might be hard to beat. It does look like whoever will be playing in that playoff will be playing Simcoe County Rovers in OPL 1. They're not having the best year so far. I think 1 point from 7 matches. They're fair ways adrift at the bottom of the top tier. Service in here for Masters. It will also fall out of play. And imagine the wind having something to do with the service that we're seeing. Yakubov flipping it into a Connor. And a great run to get the ball back. And Windsor, just like that, will earn a corner of their own on the far side. The captain, Liberty, getting set to deliver another one in. Their usual free kick taker and set piece man. Dangerous ball, and Nepsy will score. The exact same play they had drawn up before. This time they convert. Windsor City on the board, 1-0 here in the 22nd minute. Just like they drew it up, we saw that play just a few short minutes ago. It's hard to beat. Some great service there from Liberty, but just the real reach from Mateo Nepsy. Really felt like he was just about parallel to the crossbar and had to head that one down. So we make that 1-0 here, the visitors lead after a great set piece goal. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast just how effective Windsor is away from home. That's now a +10 goal differential for this team. Out of, I guess, 6 matches, something like that, which is quite the feat. This team is scoring goals for fun, and they'll do it any way they can, including from set pizzas there. Liberty flips it into a Connor. He's jockeyed off the ball there by Komet. The ball's up here to Shrimpton, their number 9. Recent pickup here for this Masters team. He's going to initiate a counterattack. Komet earns a throw-in. We saw him lining up on the left-hand side. It looks like he switched wings. Young Song Ju is now here on the left-hand side with us. Shrimpton, heavy first touch, and we easily cleared there by Liberty. Connor tried to just slip the ball along the ground there. Ball's flipped long here to Koulibaly. Ball flips out of play though. That'll be a foul. Windsor City ball. Liberty will be tasked to take this one as well. Probably a little in-swinger here on the right boot. Lots of options here. It's a bit short. Ju chases, but can't direct that ball laterally up the field. It'll just kind of be flipped out of play. Again, another ball that maybe got caught in the wind a bit. You saw just, he was a little frustrated. He thought he wouldn't expect someone to miss a header to that extent, but I'd imagine you can hear when the wind picks up, let's say, and it has certainly done so. Great play in the midfield here. Windsor keeping possession, flipping the ball long. Yakubov dispossessed by Robertson. Masters trying to spring another opportunity here. Shrimpton's in the middle. Ju's at the back. That's a good little play there. To snappy little slide tackle there from Yakubov. Marlon Ray flips over to Robertson. Ball's out of play. 27th minute here at Lamoureux. Play continues here. We'd like to acknowledge the proud partners of the Ontario Premier League that makes this broadcast possible, makes our games possible here across the league, across this province. The Cruyff Institute, educating the future leaders of the soccer industry. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. One Soccer, the home of soccer in Canada. Follow your favorite OPL alumni as they compete in the Canadian Premier League, the TELUS Canadian Championship, with our Canadian national teams, all exclusively on One Soccer. MSA, Major Sports Analysis, delivering the data behind the game. Every men's and women's OPL match is powered by MSA Insights, with performance features and data-driven spotlights shared across OPL and club social media channels. Voit, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball of the Ontario Premier League. Hummel, the official apparel supplier of the OPL, the Canadian Premier League, Our Game, Our Country, Our League, and Ontario Soccer, encouraging us all to play, inspire, and unite. Oh, Ju collects the ball, nearly had a nice touch there. Would have made it tricky for Kamate if he had a decent turn. Bosakali, dispossessed. Really smart pressing here from Masters. They win the ball in a difficult spot. Here's Ju. Right foot, whipped in, blocked. Avado. Nice distribution, step over. Great service into Shrimpton. He was unable to direct that goalward. Center forward there, Leo Shrimpton. On a decent clip for goals here. I think he's got 5 so far this season in all competitions. My apologies, 6 goals on the year. Team is looking for number 9 in the offseason. Shrimpton based out of Guelph. He was a recent recruit to this team that otherwise has many years under the belt, the core of that Masters team. The Academy has developed so many good players over the years and some really good teams. Windsor win the ball in a dangerous spot. Here's O'Connor, left foot, blocked, no penalty, and it's cleared out. Now watch out here at the other side. Kamate heads it down. Dangerous play on the Windsor side here. Davia back to Kamate. Chipped in. O'Connor can't flick it in behind. That's Winat, still with the ball. Davia on his left, flicks it in to the back. Robertson clears it out. What a battle there from Komet against Liberty. Oh, corner on this near side. You can see Yakubov getting set. Offering the left-footed option. You see Paulo Davia getting set. Coaches the younger groups in the Windsor club. Longtime player for this team. Winat called on the foul there. Our apologies, a dog saw another dog below us. Can't do anything about that. Great play there by Jefferson Bocasale, winning that ball again in midfield. Yakubov, lovely run along the left side, ball's flicked in. Koulibaly was chasing that. Scored 4 goals midweek. Be ready to go here for Windsor. Meantime, play evolving the other side there. There's Jew, ball flicked in, dangerous little spot. Gonna fall out of play. On the 34th minute here at Lamoureux. Ball really holds up in the wind. Sally flicking that ball on, but he does go to ground. Looks like that was head contact. Trainer here for Windsor comes out. Jefferson's such a big part of how this team plays. You just really get a sense of it there with his range, his speed, his touch, keeping the ball, moving it around, really carrying a lot of the weight in the midfield. Coach Polino really high on him. Not his first rodeo in Windsor this year, but a retrained attacker that's doing some serious damage at defensive mid. Temporarily off the field, he gets assessed. If you're just joining us, it's 1-0 to Windsor City. Mateo Nepsi with a rangy header. Just about 8 or 9 minutes ago. Off a corner. It's only the goal of the game, but we can certainly expect more from both of these teams, especially Windsor. They're scoring at quite the clip right now. Flicked in there. Jew battling. We'll learn a corner here for Masters. Ball's in. Komet. Go all the way back to Van Gelderen. Flicked on. Great movement here by Masters. Flicked into the back. Quite close by Giavia. Songmafalo Koulibaly with the ball. Sends it long to Yakupov. Brought the ground by Robertson, but no foul. You see the corner flag is down in that back right corner of our screen. We can imagine why that'd be the case from home. It's still quite windy here. Doesn't look like it's going to let up either through the second half. Jew cuts in. Gets the ball into Shrimpton. Left foot blocked. Kamate stopped that. There's some appeals for a foul. Looks like Jose Alvarado is down. Meantime, other side, Kieran O'Connor, Golden Boot leader, tries for yet another goal, but it's deflected out of play. And attention is now directed back to Alvarado before we get the corner. Play won't continue until the referee is done with this discussion with Alvarado. And I mentioned Kieran O'Connor there with that attempt on his right boot. 7 goals so far this season. One of the 3 stars of the OPL this month. ball in here. Look to be an outswinger. Liberty with another killer delivery. Winnat tries to send that through. Another attempt, and it's sailed over the crossbar. Hendrik Jurkovic, the center back, with an opportunity on goal. The wind picks up here again, so it's smartly Van Gelderen will play that short. Sent long into the corner. Liberty wins it. Windsor look for a quick transition. Here's O'Connor. Birdie flips it in. Bocasali, smart play to keep it. But Masters wins the ball again in a dangerous spot. Here's Terrell Spencer, flicks it in. Ball was passed on. Some frantic moments here late in the first half. Again, we're in the 41st minute. Windsor up 1-0. Kamate. Davia is now kind of an attacking midfielder spot. Some really good movement here from Windsor. They're especially Winnat and Davia moving around quite a bit. It's hard to track. Here's Komet now for Masters. Plays it short. Spencer smartly just recycling the ball. Alvarado takes another hit. And Windsor now springing an attack. The ball nearly reaches its target there, Bocasali. There's Robertson trying to stretch the play for Masters. The ball falls out of play once again. Foul is called there. It'll be a free kick. Liberty taking it. Oh, that's going for goal. Off the crossbar. What an attempt, nearly from half. I mean, quite the goal and assist there from Liberty through the first half. Masters keeping the ball here. Here's Komet. He's got Shrimpton to his left. And that'll be blocked by Davia. That ball carried and carried and carried. Windsor certainly looking good on set pieces, that's for sure. Oh, Spence took a high ball there from Davia, but no call. Davia got the boot right up. Spence not happy with that. And right in front of the fans here too at Lamoureux. They had a few things to say. Spencer. DeRay. Nice skill there. Alvarado chips it off. No foul. Ball at the back post. And that's called back. Jose Alvarado thought he was fouled there at the top of the box. Nearly into any additional time here in this first half. Windsor FC with the lead and with the ball. Koulibaly, left foot switch. Birdie smartly just takes it. Oh, gives it up. Masters on the turn here. Jew flips it off. Oh, what a run. Gets the ball back in. Appeals for handball. And a long hit from Robertson. Sails well past the goal. Masters will feel snake bitten rather, as the any additional time is looming. I haven't seen the fourth official put anything up. They'll feel snake bitten on some of these non-calls, but they are winning the ball in decent positions and pressuring this Windsor team quite well. Just a few moves away from evening this game up. It's 45 minutes on the clock. Again, I haven't seen the fourth do much in terms of indicating time. There's that foul that Masters wanted. So some decent service. I'd imagine Robertson will be taking this. Oh, Jose Alvarado will. 26-year-old center mid, veteran of the Humber program here, Humber College. Lots of pedigree. Spencer flips the ball back in. Lays it off Robertson. They try to send this around to the right. Finds Shrimpton. Ball will fall out of play off of Windsor. Looks like Bosicali had the last touch. Corner here for Masters. Again, we're still in the additional time of the first half. Young Sung Ju with the corner. Ooh. Jay Avila with a great attempt there. Open header from the defender. Koulibaly flicks it on to Kamate. Again, still an additional time here in the first half. Oh! So Windsor City FC with the lead here, 1-0 at Lamoureux here in Scarborough, Ontario, against Masters Football Academy. We will be back with the second half very soon. Hello and welcome back to Lamoureux here in Scarborough. Second half action between Windsor City FC and Masters Football Academy. If you missed the first half, Windsor up 1-0. Quite the header there from Nepsy. And able to watch the replay there at halftime. You saw he had a nice little celebration of the camera. That was very tasteful. Well, Masters wearing pink, attacking left to right. Windsor in red, attacking right to left. Keep you abreast of any substitutions that occurred at halftime. I believe the one I see is Xander Race has been added. He's playing left side there. That's for Masters. On left attack. It looks like he's replaced the captain, Spencer. I don't know. My apologies. Spencer's there. I'll keep an eye there and let you know. And second half action at Lamoureux. Played by Bokasali, winning the ball, colliding with his teammate though in Jerkovic. They're still down on the field. Ref not really paying much attention here to this. Windsor extremely short-handed. Masters now on the attack. Ball's flipped in at the back post and deflected out there by Liberty. And finally, Jerkovic, Bosakali can get some attention. Not the first time Bosakali's gone down this game. It's head contact the first time around. He's still on the pitch. His teammate Jerkovic got up not long after. The referee came around, so he's back up on his feet. We're back underway here at Lamoureux Sports Complex. So Robertson, the St. Kitts and Nevis international, with the throw in, near side. Long throw. Deflected back off Shrimpton. And collected here by Windsor. Veteran play to deflect that out of play. Looks like a change report here from Windsor as well. Benhurst Solomon has come into the game. Seeing their number 10 in red. the 50th minute of play here in this OPL 2 match. I'd like to take a moment to thank the partners of the Ontario Premier League. The Cruyff Institute, educating the future leaders of the soccer industry. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. One Soccer, who's the home of soccer in Canada. Follow your favorite OPL alumni as they compete in the Canadian Premier League, the TELUS Canadian Championship, and with our Canadian national teams all exclusively on One Soccer. MSA, Major Sports Analysis, delivering data behind the game. Every women's and men's OPL match is powered by MSA Insights, with performance features and data-driven spotlights shared across OPL and club social channels. Voit, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball of the Ontario Premier League. Hummel, the official apparel supplier of the OPL and the Canadian Premier League. Our game, our country, our league. Here's Winat. Sends the ball in here to Liberty. Looked like he was trying to shift the ball to his left there and get service in, but was thwarted by Masters. Just went out again. Ball into Solomon. O'Connor. Retaining possession well. Windsor still with the ball here in the attacking thirds. Smart take here from Avia. Knocked off the ball there by Bocasali. No call. He's got some numbers on the left-hand side. Winat is in. Ball will roll out of play along this left-hand side. And the wind is died off on the whole the last half an hour or so, but the gusts are still pretty gusty. Kovic. Ball gets flipped up. Some tough defending here from Masters. Ball is deflected out of play though. Race with the throw-in. O'Connor. Koulibaly collides with the Via. There's Danavia, who's taken down the midfield. And a yellow card is shown, our first of the match. We'll go against Windsor to start. Solomon. Off to Liberty, and thankfully those caught is out of play. There's Robertson. Looking for his first goal this season here for Masters. He's had a handful of decent attempts, mostly from distance today. He's number 19 here on the near side. Long ball. Danafia tried to flick it on to his attacker there in Shrimpton, but his deflected out of play. Winat. Dracovic. Lombardi. Nice through ball back to Winat here. That was Solomon who flicked that through. Windsor keeping the ball really nicely here so far in this second half. Great touch there from O'Connor to bring that down. Numbers on this left-hand side, looking to flip a ball in. Winat still with it. Strafing past opponents. No foul there. Looked to be taken down there by Jew. Robertson flicks it up to Shrimpton. It'll be quite far afield. Masters really looking for their attempts here in transition. A little bit on the counter. Masters probably looking to just keep control of this game a little bit. Chances have been relatively equal, though. The first half, that clear-cut shot, I think Dan Avila had it at the top of the box. It's brought down there by Kuvas, but a couple long-distance efforts from Masters as well, but it really was that lovely header and corner set-piece play from Windsor that's the difference thus far. So Race with the long throw. It finds a Masters player in the box, but that's it thus far. Robertson, nice take as the last man back, still going with it and taking that hit. Still looking for that first goal on the season. That was some risky business there. I don't think he knew he was the last guy back. Ball sails in the wind. Birdie a bit more direct, I think, than they wanted to there. Giavia trying to bring that down. So Lombardi will take the throw in. He's got Solomon to his left. To see Winat moving down as well. O'Connor will receive it in the corner here for Windsor. Solomon. Ooh. Windsor still has it again. Some great touches here in the attacking third from this team. Koulibaly keeps it in smartly, but Masters will kick it out there as Race finds his feet in this game a bit. A lot of height in this Masters back line as they smartly bring on Race to take on Koulibaly. You see him just physically tussling with them there. Windsor's movement and the size they have in attack has made them a bit of a handful this year, especially in this game. Stepping up and taking it is Nepsy, looking for his second goal of the game. As the big man gets back and heads this out of play. This Windsor team, again, having a fantastic year. Perhaps defying expectations outside of the Windsor area, but they weren't without their changes in the offseason. In fact, they lost a key defender in Ilya Pavicevic, who went off to Sudbury. I was talking to the coach Gabe before the game and discussing his influence on the team. He was a captain. He said that the type of character that Ilya put into place for this team last year is a big reason why they're successful this year. Real key to the culture and instilling that professional mindset. Mentioned it earlier in the game, but you know, the team really finding belief that they can go into a place like this and get results. Maybe something that's been lacking out of this Windsor program the last couple of years. Race. Ball tips out of play there. Avia to Shrimpton. Now back out wide there. Dispossessed. Masters trying to find a bit of a rhythm here in attack. Van Gelderen. And that's easily dealt with by the goal scorer. Shrimpton struggles to get to that one as well. Oh, Koulibaly, nice take there. Well, the scouting report from Masters before the game was specifically about Shrimpton and how he was a really nice back-to-goal center forward, a really nice number 9. But he's really struggled to bring his teammates into play here. He's got 6 goals on the year himself, but he's been crowded by Windsor, that's for sure. Bosakali having a great game as a center defensive mid, really marking him out of the game. Justin Robertson in conversation with the referee there on Masters. And Alvarado as well, two leaders on this Masters team. Bit of frustration, no doubt. It's been a frustrating game. Very few chances inside the 18-yard box. Few touches even. '64th minute here at Lamoureux. Winat dispossessed by Avia, really battling for possession here. Masters really craving the ball. Here comes the transition. Avia, he's got a runner there with Jew. He's going to hold on to it. Nice cut, but swarmed, and Winat clears that ball smartly out here to Solomon. Can he spring his teammate Koulibaly? It looks like he can. He's got a step, and he will flick it past the goalie and into the open net. Windsor 2, Masters 0. Songmafalo Koulibaly, a lovely touch. And acknowledging the fans here, but of course also the fans watching at home in Windsor. His 5th goal of the week. He's now up to 9, leads the league in that category. Round of applause there from his keeper, Kuvas, who had a great view. He had a really nice step there on race. You can see him kind of targeting that side of the back line. All he really needed was that bit of space, and What a lovely flick past the keeper. And he's feeling himself now. Springs Windsor on a nice little man advantage here. I think it was almost 4-on-2. Masters, admittedly, pushing a few players forward, looking for their goal to put them back into the game. The wind really dies down here. And Windsor looks to really suffocate this game. Jew. Shrimpton fires, deflected. Race will find it into Alvarado. He keeps flicking it on, but eventually falls to Windsor feet. Liberty with the switch. Alvarado. Dispossessed. Oh, what a run from Davia, trying to push that ball towards O'Connor. Step over. Getting a bit of space here on his left. Push the ball just a little too far. So missed a sub here as well for Masters. Ethan Butler is into the game as well as part of that back line. Davia ships it down. Ooh. Another big story going into this game was how the midfield battle was going to shape up. With Windsor between Bosacali and Winnat, they've got lots of good technical players that could keep the ball. And going up against Masters, Jose Alvarado, lots of experience again in that 6 role. And Windsor with the movement really winning that battle. And Masters forced to move things around. You can see Terrell Spencer, their captain, going into that 6 role now. Nepsy really collided with Jew there. Looks like he's okay though. And then right up over top of him. Avia knocked off the ball there by Solomon. '69th minute. Ball deflected out there by Race. Brought down Everett Jurkovic. Still in possession. Tumbled around. Here's Solomon. Windsor still with the ball. Tricky stuff in the final third. Oh, nice take here by Kamate. Kieran O'Connor, one of the top goal scorers in this league, cramping up a little bit. In case you missed it, the first goal of this game coming off a corner on the far side. Mateo Nepsy heading that one home. It was in the first half and in the second half just a few minutes ago. Songmafalo Koulibaly, following up his 4-goal performance against FC London at midweek. He has 9 goals on the year, leading OPL 2. Masters looking to attack on the counter. Robertson's ball goes astray. Spencer. Ooh, nearly found his number 9 there. Winnat holds up. Oh, fall there as Ray still with possession, flicks it long. Here comes Young Sung Ju. Can he deliver a ball in? It's just shy of Shrimpton. Masters still with possession though, looking for their first goal of the game. Getting back into this one is paramount. Some fantastic skill on the backside there. I believe that was Komet, who's now playing on the left-hand side. Oh, Lamberti looked up just enough to see the ball was coming towards him. Winnat looking for the switch. He thought better of it. O'Connor turns. Another big focus for Coach Gabe Polino and this Windsor City team. Just being hungry and fighting after the ball, especially away from home, right? Keeping your head up. I've seen that in this second half especially. This team has so much grit. They work so hard. There's Kamate. His pass is intercepted. They're finding new phases. Once they lose the ball, they're certainly not out of it. Lots of pressing too. This Masters really settles in and looks to break on the counter. This attacking trio on this left-hand side with O'Connor and Winnat and the substitute Solomon. Quite tricky to deal with. Spencer's dispossessed. Winnat. Bukasali all the way out to the other side to Davia. Avia looks up. Shrimpton. Ball's up here to Jew. I didn't have anybody to head it down to, but Branch plays it out to Jose Alvarado. Masters trying to switch the ball a little bit here. Robertson was good to keep that ball in, but he'll be called for a foul there. Like we're getting some substitutions here, starting with Windsor City FC. Looks like Kieran O'Connor is exiting the game. One of the reigning OPL Players of the Month. And Amaro Halil has come in his place. Spencer wins the ball here for Masters. He's fouled. Alvarado looks to play quick, but maybe best here for Masters to take some time, get some numbers ahead. They've had some decent breakthroughs in the final third, but they've been isolated when they have. Here's a race to Robertson. Running it, trying to find Shrimpton. Ball's passed. What a touch there by Bosikali. Got the crowd excited on that one here in Scarborough. He is quite the player, isn't he? Avia. He's got a couple options here. Jew's showing to him he's wide open. He's going to send it all the way back to Komet. Flips it up. And Liberty smartly letting that ball go. The overwhelming majority of this Windsor team coming out of that city, that area, Essex County. A lot of St. Clair College, University of Windsor players. Always had a strong women's program down there as well. Really represent that city. We're going down to University of Windsor Stadium, going back about 10 years ago for a League One game, and the passion that community has for the sport. The way they represent each other, obviously having to go up to play and out through London and then on to the GTA so often, and perhaps a market that's been overlooked, but this year, at least in the second flight here, OPL 2, is not the case. So Leo's booked there for the yellow card. Substitute. '79th minute. Masters down 2-0. But with possession, I feel like the momentum's swinging their way a little bit here in the last few minutes. Ball drops to Robertson. He's got Alvaro to his right. Off to Spencer. Ball's flicked in. Solomon collects and back to Winnat. Just sticky players, these guys. Hard to get the ball off them. And that's sent towards the fans. Just about 10 minutes to go here. The Saints chasing. Race with a long throw. Spence takes it. Race using his body, but Koulibaly appears. And he's going to be a handful. Pushes Race off of the ball. Coincidental, according to the referee. Koulibaly still on the turf there. Komet trying to launch a counterattack. It's back here to Butler. Robertson. Jews on the overlap here. They're trying to flick that in. Shrimpton taken down in the box. And no call, evidently. Solomon, nice switch. Oh, it gets held up on the turf here a bit. And that's a really nice play there by Davia. See how revved up he is. So quick substitution here for Windsor. Djokovic comes out of action, a center back. University of Windsor player. Quite steady at the back there for them today. It's like Lillian Benjamin has come in. Spencer to Shrimpton on the cut. Nearly put that to his left. We'll go out for a corner here. So the Saints with an opportunity. Getting the numbers up. They've got some heavy options in the box. Race and Branch, we barely talked about, but some really good defenders. With a lot of height. I think DeAndre Branch actually has a few goals. At least last year, if I'm not mistaken. All sent over. Jew looking for some service on that left boot. Tipped down. Not over yet. Collected there by the Windsor backstopper. And some housekeeping there. Looks like Mo Chacarona's come on for Masters as well. He's on that left-hand side. Left-hand side winger, I believe we were thinking that was Komet. So a sub here from Masters coming up. Looks like Young Sung Ju is out. And Mustafa Al-Shadidi is in. Different look and attack. And a round of applause there for Ju. He certainly worked his tail off today. Not short on touches, but it's the quality and attack missing from Masters. As we touch the 84th minute of play. Masters in white and pink, Windsor in red. Winnat still with the ball. Solomon on the break here. Tries to bring it to his left, but really sharp defending. I believe Branch got the last touch on that one. That would have been dangerous if Ben-Hur Solomon got through. It's like Winnat is still on the grass here for Windsor, but yeah, I'll go to play. Isn't the only game in action in the OPL tonight, or in this division either. FC London up 1-0 on Cambridge. Hamilton United up 2-1 on Pickering. That game's in the 84th minute. The FC London Cambridge match is still in the first half. Windsor's next game will be at home next Saturday against Pickering, who knocked them out of the OPL Cup a few weeks ago. Next match for Masters will be against North Mississauga on Friday night at Mattamy Sports Park. Add it to your repertoire of games to watch on Friday. That is for sure. There's so much buzz in this city right now, and feels like so much of the investment of this in this sport and in this league especially is, I mean, it's just due to be celebrated, but it's like I'm avoiding actually saying the World Cup is. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say the World Cup, to be honest, but I'm kidding. A major buzz in this city, a major buzz in this country. I look to cheer on some OPL alumni in that team. Alistair Johnson, I mean, watching him play for Vaughan Missouri only 7 years ago is, yeah, incredible. Tajon Buchanan as well has touched these fields as a member of Sigma FC. Been a part of this league. OPL. Big hand, at least in the Canadian men's national team's right side. Between their right back and starting right winger. Another quick sub to mention there. Omar has come into the game here for Windsor. Ball nearly falls to Shrimpton there. Some good play by the sub there, Al Shadidi. As the Saints ready another substitution. 2-goal deficit here in the last few moments of this match. Robertson, great cross. It is blocked by this stingy Windsor defense. Christopher Gregory is coming into the game for Masters. And it looks like Justin Robertson has left. And there's his first touch on the ball there. Long ball there, Koulibaly chasing. But he is offside. Masters quick to get the ball moving here. Got some work to do. Great take. Shrimpton takes it back. He's bumped at the top of the box, but no call again from the referee. Baldy just hesitating, waiting to see if a call was going to come or not. Some frustration again from Masters. Alvarado's been all over Petros Palaros. Nice ball there, Gregory. Ball's tipped out of play though. Off the hit there, Avila goes into the dirt and loses quite a bit of speed. The wind has really come down here in the last 15 minutes. I'm sure you've noticed at home. Gregory sends this in deep. And the goal scorer, Nepsy, just bodying his opponent there. So we have 5 minutes of added time here in the second half. Windsor up 2-0. Masters, to their credit, had a good run of play here the last 15 minutes or so. Avia double teamed in the midfield and is stripped to the ball. Koulibaly backs into his defender. Looks like he's going to track this one too. Nice move. Laperti flips it up to Koulibaly. I think that went out off Masters. And another quick substitution here for the Saints. Aiden O'Keefe is coming into the game, and they're replacing Leo Shrimpton. Really a like-for-like change here, as O'Keefe is a pretty big target man. Race with the throw. Launches up to O'Keefe, gets his first touch, and it's out of play. Koulibaly chases it, but that ball is deflected out. Looks like Branch had the last touch there for Masters. A bit of rough stuff there in the corner. A yellow card for Laperti, who blows a kiss to the crowd. It looks like a yellow there for Terrell Spence as well, Masters. Yeah, some real frustration from Masters. A couple late substitutions from Windsor City. Koulibaly finally leaving the match, and he gets some applause here from the crowd in Scarborough. I think he's totally worthy of that. What a performance from him today. Looks like Daniel Kasonga is coming in. Bit of garbage time, but still allowing some players to make a difference. Zachary Sobereyes is also on the pitch for Windsor. A real battle here. Solomon wins it. Players down on the field. So with the win, if this result holds, Windsor will go up to 6-1-3, 21 points on the season. They'll be adding some distance between them and third place Masters at that point. Currently sitting on 14 points as they chase promotion to the top flight of the Ontario Premier League. I mentioned this in the first half, but Windsor City has never played in the playoffs or a knockout that's not in the OPL Cup in this league's history. Looking to change that this season. And there is the final whistle. So Windsor City FC comes out to Scarborough and gets the win 2-0. And this team's incredible run, especially on the road, continues. They sit second with a bit of space here, as mentioned, on Ontario Premier League 2's table. Masters remain in third. A real spirited display from the visitors today as they hop back on the highway down the 401 back home. So that about do it for us here from Lamoureux. My name is Marty Thompson. Thank you so much for tuning in. For myself and the technical staff, we really appreciate you watching the game tonight, regardless of any wind malfunctions or any additional sounds you may have heard. We really appreciate it. Final score, Windsor City 2, Masters 0.